on this, I guess, the incident that took place over the weekend in Charlottesville, Virginia, where the Nazis and the alt-right and the KKK came together to protest that they were taking down the statues of, I think, two Confederate generals, Robert E. Lee, I think, and somebody else. I can't remember exactly who else they were taking down, but they were there to protest that. That's why they held this so-called rally where they basically burned the swastika and I also think they burned crosses as well. And of course, on Saturday there were clashes, and unfortunately, a young woman lost her life, of course, and we were waiting for the president to issue a statement. And when he issued a statement, it was a total weak sauce statement. It was a statement where he basically blamed both sides, because there were protesters, of course, against these Nazis and white supremacists and Ku Klux Klan. Of course, people there shouting them down and actually, there to oppose them and show them that this is not really America. America is the land of the free. Okay, we won't tolerate Nazis and KKK and white supremacists and alt-right people who try to act like they're really conservatives, but they're really Nazis. And you could see that they all came together. But I want to really talk about is the weak sauce statement that the president issued. President Trump issued that weak statement, basically saying denouncing the violence, of course, like you expect him to do, but then basically condemning the violence on both sides, which is a load of crock. Okay, and the reason he said it exactly that way is because, let's be honest, those people are his base. Okay, those young, angry white men are his base that actually voted for him. Okay, and he didn't have the courage to denounce them. But like I said yesterday, I was going to put up a video yesterday about it, and I said in that video that I recorded, but I didn't upload, that of course people, rightfully so, were getting on him. Members of the Republican Party, everybody was speaking out on it, saying that he should name it by name. You know how he got on Barack Obama for not naming Islamic terrorism? Okay, he wouldn't say Nazis and white supremacists and KKK, but of course he said it today after being drugged through the mud basically yesterday and being basically shamed into doing it. Okay, because he didn't want to alienate his base. Okay, but people forced him to do it, and so of course today he issued a statement condemning them, and he actually mentioned them by name. Okay, but it's just a little too late, and again just proves exactly what an incompetent president you are and what an insensitive person he is. Okay, and let's face it, let's be honest, he has a history of racism. Okay, that's perfectly said. I mean, you can bring up the thing in the past with the housing and stuff and them discriminating against it, and trust me, him naming Mexicans rapists and sending, it's just and blaming and basically proclaiming all Muslims are terrorists. Okay, the man is an idiot. Okay, and it just really is a shame that this is going on at this time, and it really, all these images you're seeing of all these, this is attacks, and of course, again, a young woman lost her life when one of these racist morons took a car and ran it into a crowd of counter protesters, and thankfully they caught him, and he will hopefully, if Virginia has the death penalty, he will get that. And I know they said today the FBI is supposed to be starting an investigation, and hopefully they will arrest some of these alt-right morons, okay, for inciting violence. And let's be honest, that's what they are. Thankfully, the governor of Virginia and other politicians came out and rightfully condemned them and named them by name and said we won't tolerate this in this country. And it's unfortunate that we couldn't get our president to do this until today, when he was basically forced to do it. Okay, when he was basically being lambasted all over the place, when his daughter and even his wife issued statements, had to issue statements, and then he had to issue a statement today when he was kind of forced into doing it. Okay, this shows again, and again, these people feel emboldened because of Trump. Okay, all through the campaign when he was out there basically encouraging this type of behavior. Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, he is responsible for this, for all of it. Okay, and my heart goes out to that young woman's family, and of course the two cops that died in the helicopter crash while they were monitoring the rally or the hate fest. Let's be honest, that's what it was. My heart goes out to them. But again, our president, as usual, lets us down because he's first of all, he's incompetent, okay, and he's an idiot, and let's be honest, he's a racist as well, and that's just my opinion. Anyway, let me know what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below. This is Paul saying so long and take care.